Eternal Masters.
We're recording. So, okay, Eternal Masters. I've done no drafts of this format. Have you done any drafts of this format?
I've done no drafts of this format.
Excellent. Okay, so we are actually in a Phantom event. So the sneak attack, even though it is like 9 ticks,
I don't think it's even that much.
not worth anything. Is it a good card? Probably not.
No.
I think it's just bad. So the cards I'm looking at out of this pack, like I think Mana War is really good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mana War. What I like about Mana War is it just puts you into just a decent open position. It's not a huge commitment.
There's no blue deck that doesn't necessarily want a Mana War.
No,
It's just
I don't think you ever cut a Mana War from your deck. Peregrine Drake is similar, but goes in kind of slightly different decks. Like you might want that with some of the white flicker cards or the black flicker cards.
Sure.
Milliken, just a decent mana creature, but it's not insane. It's good in the Threshold deck, probably better than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that deck probably wants ramp, and the mill is valuable in that deck as opposed to just kind of neutral in most other decks. It's also pretty good in the blue-red kind of flashback, retrace, burning vengeance deck, but I think Mana War is just the pick.
I think that's fine, yeah.
And again, some kind of...
I mean, Daze is the valuable card here.
I mean, Mystical Tutor is not bad. Heritage Druid is good. Heritage Druid is one of the best Elves cards, but it's like Elves is so hard to do from just looking at the set list. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I've done no drafts. I will just reiterate that a couple of times throughout this little monologue. But from looking at kind of the Elves deck, it seems like getting a good Elves deck is really, really difficult. I mean,
Daze is a good card to have.
To go with, yeah, I mean, Daze is fine. It's one of those cards that's like much better in Constructed than it is in Limited.
Mm-hmm. You touched my PlayStation.
I touched your PlayStation. Oh no, I stroked it.
Mm.
Mine has clicky buttons. Okay, so what's Stupefying Touch?
ETB draw a card, activate abilities, come back to finish.
That seems worthless. I mean, Emperor Crocodile is not good, I don't think. What's the best card in the pack? Just like ignoring the Mana War. I mean, like Battle Squadron's a decent card in the red-white tokens deck. Go with the... You're going with the Daze? I think we can live with the Daze. Okay. I haven't...
Damn it!
If only...
We wouldn't have gotten a third pick. It wasn't a Phantom.
True. So, okay. If we wanted to go into blue-red kind of spells, we've got Faithless Looting, we've got... Glacial Wall's not a bad card in that deck.
Really do need a Burning Vengeance for this, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, Faithless Looting on its own is just not a good card. It needs to be a Burning Vengeance type strategy. So then there's also Force of Will, which I think is... like, Daze is better in Constructed than it is in Limited. Yeah. I think Force of Will is actively bad in Limited.
Yeah, just 5, yeah.
It's a 2-for-1 or it's a 5-mana counter spell. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing that you need to counter as hard as you do in something like Legacy or Vintage, where it's really good. Mishra's Factory is a really good card.
We could just take that and just play it in any deck, couldn't we?
You can play that in any deck.
That's probably fine, right?
Yeah, Benevolent Bodyguard isn't bad. It's on board though, which means it's less good than something like an Apostle's Blessing.
It's just awkward to play against though.
It does make things tricky.
I'm okay with the Factory here.
You're okay with the Factory? I like the Factory. We're still not married to blue.
No, not even close. It's a good card.
So there's Entomb.
Card 2.
Silent Departure goes really well, obviously, in the blue-red flashpad deck.
This is a strong Flyers card.
Yeah, that's really good in the Flyers deck.
This card's a nightmare.
If we were going to go blue-white Flyers, Coalition Honor Guard is the better card.
I think we just take Coalition Honor Guard because it's a god.
And just go hard into blue-white Flyers.
I mean, not even necessarily.
It goes well in the red-white tokens deck, I suppose.
It also completely turns off the enchantment deck. They just can't do anything about it. They're like, oh, pass it. But Faith there's
I mean, like, yeah, there's an Entomb there if we wanted to do something like that, but I think Coalition Honor Guard is where I want to be.
I think this, like, reading this card, it just seems I want to take this. What do you do? That's probably pretty good.
I mean, we have no other Flyers
yet. I mean, come on, we're 3 picks in. If we're going we're going into that color pair, that's what we're going to be doing.
We're not necessarily going into that color pair, though. The only thing we have pulling us into that is Coalition Honor Guard, which admittedly is a very good card.
Yeah.
Silent Departure, I think, goes better with our other 2 picks.
Sure, it's also not bad. I mean, it's not the worst of Flyers either.
It's not. It's pretty good in Flyers, I would say. Like, you want a tempo card, you want to be racing, you want to.
Sure.
So I think that's actually pretty good. And then if we do end up picking up a Burning Vengeance or something like that, look how neat Hydroblast looks in the new formatting.
Oh, that is nice.
But
great board card, but I kind of just really like Wall of Omens.
Wall of Omens in Flyers is absurd. It's so good.
How do you feel about lots of screeching?
Oh, I want to do I want a memory lapse?
Ew, no.
Oh, on top. Sorry, what am I thinking of? The one that goes on the bottom.
Crumple.
Spell Crumple.
You can do both. I mean, we guess maybe we take one of these.
There's a raised alarm where there's a screeching scab.
We have. Maybe we'll get a bunch of flashback stuff.
Screeching scab is definitely better in the blue-red deck than it is in...
I definitely think we're going to end up playing the raised alarm though. So
there's nothing wrong with a raised alarm. It swings a race sometimes by blocking two big ground creatures.
Fogging, like, yeah.
But I think probably the scab, considering we're more likely to be in blue than we are in white at this particular stage.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a removal spell in
if we're Flyers,
deck, isn't it?
That seems pretty good. Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it's also so it's only combat damage, but it is just a removal spell in the Flyers deck.
Yeah, I mean, don't put it on like a particle sorcerer, I guess, but it's a good card.
There's nothing wrong with a shelter.
I like shelter.
Milligan's also fine, but I think we take the shelter. We do need to start looking for actual Flyers.
Yeah.
So far we're in the Flyers deck with no Flyers.
Yeah,
literally zero.
We
Flyers.
passed that one.
That's kind of the red white.
I mean,
card, but
it just seems kind of okay.
We just kind of have to take it.
That seems kind of okay, right?
It's not great. It just doesn't. Bodyguard's fine. Glacial Wall I wouldn't hate. Similar job to Wall of Omens, but Wall of Omens does it better.
Wall was just way better, I think.
I love it. Oh, there's nothing better than a Wall of Omens in a Flyers deck, man. I love it. There was a card like that in.
Yeah, because like sometimes this is 1 to white draw card game 12 life.
Sure.
My phone has this really cool feature. You don't have an iPhone, do you?
No.
It has this really cool feature where if you plug it in to charge it and then you don't look at it for a while, it stops charging itself because it's like, oh, you probably forgot. I don't want to charge anymore. It's a sweet feature.
That sounds like it's not a feature.
No, it's a goddamn disaster is what it is. How about Ashnod's Altar?
I don't want an Ashnod's Altar. I kind of want to snipe like in a tomb or something.
I mean, if it's going this way, I don't think we're sniping it from anybody.
Sure.
We're fresh out of plugs over here.
We're fresh out of plugs. I was going to plug my laptop in, but you know what? It's not that urgent.
Okay.
Soulcatcher, that is a flyer, not a great one.
Hardly even know. I'm getting kind of tired of the hardly even knowers.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I have not felt that way ever.
I'm getting a little tired of them, if I'm honest. Which I am remiss to say.
Tired of them? Hardly even know them.
Ooh, a fresh twist.
Yeah. I switched the gender.
Speaking of a fresh twist, this card's actually probably pretty good.
Elite Vanguard, it's not great. A 1 mana 2/1 is not great in limited. Sure. It's a card. Yeah, no, I really want some Flyers. I think. What's the really good one? Go.
Thunderclap Iron?
That's in the format?
Mm.
That's cool. That's a recent card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sweet card.
That's making it into Eternal Masters. No, there's the one that... Oh, never mind. I'll find it. So...
We got
Welcome Guide. Pretty bad flyer. Got a counterspell.
Literal,
actual, factual counterspell, which I think might just be the pick.
I mean, Core Hookmaster's good too.
I feel like I'd rather have a counterspell.
Okay.
Maybe I'm insane, but I love counterspell.
I love it too, and I'm treating this like a cube, you know?
I think that's definitely the way to think about it. So, okay, Faith Fetters, Peregrine Drake.
Faith Fetters.
I think it's Faith Fetters.
I think so too.
Man, there's so many cards that I want out of this. Well, no, the Peregrine Drake's the only other one. Really need some Flyers. Right now we're just a bad blue-white deck.
Now we're a sweet blue-white deck.
No, we're
Fate's Fetters and counterspells. How do we lose?
To anything else.
Yeah. God, this card's so good.
Oh, it's absurd. It's absurd. I didn't realize that could hit Planeswalkers for ages.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's a great cube card.
Mm-hmm.
One of the better cube cards.
I really like this counterspell art.
My favorite is the
melting hand one.
Jace. No, I think it's the Jace versus Challenger dual deck one, with like Jace surrounded by fire.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the flavor text. What is it? Jace feigned interest or whatever.
That's Sweet Days art too.
Yeah.
Is
He doesn't look dazed. He looks genuinely in pain.
That seems more than Days.
It's a little more extreme than dazed. Like it's not like if I shove you a little bit, you're gonna go ah!
And like my smoke's just pouring out my eyes. Yeah.
I'm so dazed. What was that?
A stretch.
Okay,
I woke
you
up
were
early.
just dazed.
I didn't sleep very much last night. I woke up this morning to write the whole game show this morning.
Right, we're going to record that later.
Yeah, it's because I wrote the whole thing today.
Good job.
Brainstorm.
No. Warden.
Oh yeah, obviously, actually.
Mistral Charger, though, I think.
Nah.
Okay. Bear with me a moment here, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 2/1 flyer and a 2/2 flyer, very similar cards.
Very similar.
2 mana, very much less. Oh, I'll try that word again.
Yeah,
2 mana is a lot less than 3 mana, and so far we don't have a lot of flyers for the Warden to matter that much.
I mean, the difference between this is only like if this was just a Windrake.
Yeah.
This is just essentially a welcome turn, we'll say. I mean, it can block or whatever, but you know, they aren't that different, and I think the fact that this makes other flies better, if we get them, which we plan to, is worth it.
Okay. I
wouldn't mind this either, but
actually, yeah, maybe we just.
No, we need the
No,
flyers.
we need the flyers. Maybe. Oh, I hate picking a Warden over like an actual
Squadron
Hawk. That's so bad. Isn't
Only,
it?
not if you get loads of them.
Well, we. It's not even that good if you get loads of them.
If you
It's
get
fine
like,
if you
get like 5 of them.
Well, then it's absurd, obviously. But if you get like 2, it's not.
No, you need like 5.
So maybe we just want like War Priest.
That's not bad either.
What is Monk Idealist? That goes in the enchantment deck.
Yeah. It's either that or like Hydroblast for the board.
Hydroblast, I don't think is worth
It's
it.
insane if it's
If you're playing against red, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe the maybe the Squadron Hawk. I actually don't know. I
I'm
don't.
going to take the Squadron Hawk.
You're gonna take the Squadron Hawk.
And if we don't get more, we don't play more. Mistral Charger, there you go.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Another days.
Another days, but I think we definitely want the Mistral.
Absolutely. And now it only costs 1 white.
Sarah Angel.
Angel.
Hardly even know. The Ranger's
good.
okay. Una's Grace is obviously awesome.
That is some of the worst art I've ever seen in my entire life.
Having one Una's Grace is so good.
Mhm.
It's just such good flood insurance. But I think Sarah Angel is obviously the pick.
Mhm.
I kind of wish it had like flash, and whenever you're, when it gives all your creatures indestructible and flips into a 6/5, the board wipes your opponent. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good card.
This is a good card too.
Humble.
It's
Until
just
end of turn, until end of turn, target judge has a meltdown. You know.
Phantom Monster though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, probably, right?
I think Drake's just good.
We can make mana off it now.
You can technically make a man off it. I think just
Free 2/3
free
flyer.
2/3 is fine. Yeah. Goes well with like our counter spells. And
I think we don't need this. I mean,
we have no other
Squadron Hawks.
Squadron Hawks. How many flyers do we actually have? Just
We cut the. Say we cut the Hawk. We have
Yeah,
one.
Soul Catcher's a flyer.
Is it? Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope.
No.
4, 5, 6.
And also this now.
I don't know if I want the 5 again.
I mean, we're taking it out of this pack.
Yeah, it's
You're a flyer. You're a flyer. You're a flyer. You're a flyer.
okay. So we're looking. I think the way. I've drafted a lot of blue-white flyers in my time. Blue-white flyers is my favorite. Like, I don't know this format. What'll I draft deck?
Fair.
And so because of that, you get a lot of kind of like a general sense of how these decks should go.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, this is different to a normal limited format where like so certain things are more important than other things.
I'm trying to remember splash this.
It's a possibility. We have 2 more packs. I don't know if I want to splash in a deck like this, but I don't want an Elite Vanguard. So yeah,
This is a strong card.
it's an absurd card. Mr.
Hello.
Charger. Oh my god, I'm so glad we got that pack. Yeah, so what I was going to say before we picked up that Mistral Charger, which I'm delighted about, is that what we want to be doing at the moment is skewing more towards the cheap flyers, because I think 3 5-drop flyers
We want to fill these slots.
is plenty.
These are done.
So what we're looking for now is like,
I think I might like the. I mean, this doesn't do anything if all of that stuff already has flying, really.
yeah, I mean, we have
Like
like,
jump this or this, you know.
yeah, weird little things like that, but it's definitely not above replacement.
Things that are on the chopping block for me now are probably this bodyguard.
Maybe
Probably shelter, maybe.
Shelter's okay. Shelter replaced itself, which I like.
This is definitely on the chopping block.
Oh yeah. Oh, pull that to one side, will you?
Yeah, we're at 18. Like,
Yeah. No, we've got another pack.
we'll cut that too, I think. And,
I think you can leave the shelter in for now. I don't think it's terrible,
okay,
but it's definitely
we might not need the days.
this is okay.
Like, this isn't actually a cube, you know.
Yeah. No. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it's. I don't think we need 2 of those.
That's for the board.
Did we pick up the first one in the end?
I don't see it. I mean, we don't need anything else.
I don't hate a main deck War Priest. A 2-mana 2/2. It's not awful. Okay,
No.
take the Humble. That's a
Good card.
Card.
I might like that more than. It's very similar to shelter. I love this draw.
It's why Humble to me feels a lot more like what's it called? The destroy an attacking creature.
Sure, it's turn. Well, I mean, it just is turn to frog.
Yeah.
Um.
But like the way it plays out is very often either a combat trick when you're attacking or just a removal spell if they're attacking.
Field of Souls.
So Field of Souls pacifism.
That's really the call, isn't it? Ever not a creature put integrated from the battlefield with monster? No, this is very slow.
It is very slow. It is very slow. It's
how are things dying?
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we actually just want the
I
pacifism.
think we do just want the pacifism.
The other options would be. That's it. Those are kind of, like.
I mean, this maybe like which is just a worse pacifism.
pacifism. Okay, go for the pacifism. That's good. I'm happy with the pacifism. Not would have been good if we just picked up the but no. Okay, so right, there's a lot of cards I want out of this pack, and I'm going to need you to point me in a direction.
Okay.
The three I'm looking at are Merfolk Looter,
Okay.
Aven Riftwatcher,
Okay.
and the second counterspell. Now I just love counterspells.
I agreed. I don't agree with the second counterspell. I think that's off.
Okay,
we have 11
so now
creatures.
we have what?
11 creatures.
Yeah, it's better in a deck with more instants, obviously.
And I think I want the Rift Watcher.
So you think you want the Riftwatcher more than the Merfolk Looter? Now the Vanishing is a pain. So
It is.
read me Vanishing. Is it vanishing or fading?
It's vanishing. I mean, if when the last is removed.
When the last is removed. So it comes in, we get
It
goes
goes
to
to
2,
2.
we get an attack. It goes to 1, we get an attack. It goes. So we get 2 attacks with
Yeah.
Vanishing 3.
Is
that good enough?
We gain 4 life, they lose 4 life. Is what it does.
I'd rather have a Merfolk Looter than that.
I think maybe you're right. Okay.
I think that's.
I can get behind
I
Merfolk
think it's
Looter.
below a Merfolk Looter in my mind.
This guy's really good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the pick. Now we're really pushing for cheap flyers.
Yeah. Thunderclap Wyvern. Thunderclap Wyvern. So good.
Good removal suite.
Yeah.
Pacifism, Faith Fetters. I thought we had more than that.
I thought so too.
Gaseous Form.
Oh yeah.
Decent.
Everyone like another one of these.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bird wizard.
Yeah, right? Look at it.
It's pretty cool looking.
What is this good with? Just this currently?
I mean,
it's just
a
good.
good card.
Yeah.
It's like having a looter is absurd. So, Riftwatcher. There's your Riftwatcher.
I think that is the pick. Warm Parastone though.
Warm Parastone's good.
I think a 3-drop flyer is just what we want though.
Yeah, what are we ramping to? Like,
Plus you can mana ward after a while. Or even Silent Departure.
that is an option. It's
You
not a
gain,
good one.
you gain the 4 life and you gain life again.
Yeah.
You get 8 life that way. It's pretty good. 8 life's no joke.
I'm not sold. Bear in mind we do have a Squadron Hawk on the board in case we see another one, but I don't think
We want like 3 more.
Yeah, like the only way I can see you playing Welcome Turns is if like our 10th and 11th, or not Welcome Turns, Squadron Hawks is if they're like 10th and 11th picks or Squadron Hawks. You know.
I want 4.
You want 4
I
before
want to
you
play it. I want to play it in search 3.
Would you play it with 3 in your deck?
Play it in search 2. Ugh.
So it's Gaseous Form versus Welcome Guide.
Gaseous Form probably is better than Days.
Probably. But so far we don't need to cut anything.
No, that's true. Is Gaseous Form just better than Days?
I don't want a 3rd Gaseous Form, do
Do we
I?
have one Elite Vanguard? We already have one.
And we're not running it right now.
No, so
Alright, take the Gaseous Form. So far, is Gaseous Form better than Days? What is Cephalid Sage? Interesting. Yeah, grab a factory.
We have two
Second
now.
factory, that's pretty good.
They pump each other.
They do. You can also, there's the trick you can do, I'm sure you've seen this before, where you block
it,
a 2/2 and then tap it. Pump
We
itself.
with the 2 factories probably want to play 18 lands, right? Probably cut like this maybe.
I think you can cut the 3rd Gaseous Form
Fair.
before you cut the Welcome Guide.
Fair.
Seal of Cleansing for the board.
Sure. How bad is this? We got a lot of white creatures. Just a 3/3 first strike. It's not conducive to our plan.
Decent.
It's
No, it's a good. It comes up the ground.
We
Pretty
do have
nicely,
another
I
one,
suppose.
and they are better than. You know.
All right, yeah. Throw. It does block well on the ground.
We got this.
It's got
back.
the Fearless Souls back. Do we want that, or do we want the Blossoming Sands
For what?
for the Trigon Predator?
Oh yeah.
That if that's our only source of fixing, I don't think I want it.
We have a looter.
I don't like that much. Like, what do we do? Play 2 forests? We're already playing 2 Mistress Factories. I don't. Like
Yeah, that's bad actually.
I don't think I want the Fearless Souls either.
I don't know if we play it. I think we do play this other one of these though. It's actually not bad for us. Maybe we can't flash it back, but
I don't love it. Playing. Should mute my phone.
I'll probably just take this actually.
Glacial Wall, yeah, comes in against the more aggressive decks.
Sure. Got the memory lapse. Got tidal wave. I'm gonna take the stupefying touch.
Against what?
I don't know, like particle sorcerer.
Sure. So okay, what do you think so far? I think this is a bad version of the Flyers.
I think I agree. I think maybe we could probably cut this, or like
I don't think we can afford to cut any Flyers.
what do you want to? We can cut one thing though. Maybe it's like a.
Maybe it's a days.
Right, oh, probably it's a days actually. Do you want to go to 18 because of our 2 mishras? Nothing's 2 mana intensive.
Yeah, no, I think 17 with 2 mishras is actually okay.
Okay.
And then probably more white than blue.
Yeah.
Because we got lots of early white. So I'd say
for casting this counterspell on turn 6, it's not really that beneficial that it's cheap.
The benefit is that you can play like a 4-drop and leave 2 mana.
I guess. God, this is a nightmare.
Like there are games when you go Coalition Honor Guard with like 2 Mistral Chargers in play. They play their one thing that can kill your Coalition Honor Guard. You counterspell it, and then you're just hitting them for 4 a turn. There's nothing, literally nothing they can do about it.
I mean, they can just attack through it. Like it's only a 2/4.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but the idea is we're racing them.
But it turns off all pump spells and enchantments.
All pump spells, all enchantment, well, all auras.
Yeah. This makes me uncomfortable, if I'm honest.
Does it?
Yeah, 2 colors sounds like.
Do you want to cut something?
I mean, we're not overly intensive.
What would you cut? Would it be Silent Departure?
Silent Departure or Shelter? Probably Shelter, actually. I mean, Shelter draws a card. I mean,
I don't think Shelter is too bad.
I'm trying to do it now. 1, 2. That doesn't get it. But 3, 4.
Warden.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 is okay.
And a half.
9 Flyers is pretty good. You only need 1 or 2 in play at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to cut? Do you want to cut a Silent Departure?
This is really good though. With like this.
I mean, okay, like it's gonna be. I'd imagine the games where we flash it back are gonna be rare.
I don't know about that.
And it's a sorcery, which makes it a lot worse than your typical unsummon. I
mean, this is also a 2-for-1. I mean, this is
a lot. If you, yeah, it's not hard to set it up as a 2-for-1.
Shelter is almost always a 2-for-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very good with the Coalition Honor Guards.
Oh, that is really good. That's really good. Yeah, okay, they Doom later or whatever. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, I'm happy I like this. Let me just go. Probably 9.
9, 7.
7 probably, yeah. Oops. Well, this is actually okay.
This is fine. This to be honest, again, first draft of the format.
Fair.
I don't know what the power level of the other decks is going to be like.
Yeah, I'm concerned. But
this is a nice, simple place to start. We'll get a feel for the format. It's a Swiss queue. It's Phantom.
Let's have a good time with it.
I don't think this can go too wrong.
No, I don't think so either.